So who you voting for this upcoming election? I think I'm gonna go with Trump. Trump? Really? Yeah, his policies put America first. He cut taxes, brought back jobs, and boosted businesses. I want a strong economy, and we need someone who understands business, not someone who wants to tax everything. That's just trickle-down economics in disguise. Sure, the rich got richer, but what about us regular people? We barely saw a difference. Harris, on the other hand, actually cares for climate change, healthcare, and justice reform. Justice reform? Under her, we'd be regulated to death. Not to mention, her policies just throw money at the problems. They'll raise taxes, hurt small businesses, and drive jobs overseas. At least with Trump, the government gets out the way. The government should play a role. People need a safety net, especially in healthcare and education. Harris wants to bridge inequality. She's not about just helping big businesses. She's about giving everyone a shot. Sure, a shot paid for us by us taxpayers. We keep sending our money overseas. What about us over here? We need help. Her policies will put us in debt for centuries. Don't even get me started on immigration. See, at least with Trump, he wants to keep our borders safe and secure. Those secure policies were cruel. So many families were torn apart. Harris believes in humane reform, giving people a pathway to citizenship. And her plan on climate change? It's a big deal. We shouldn't ignore it. It's about securing our future. Nah, that's just an excuse for the government to control every aspect of our lives. Harris wants to regulate taxes and spend until there's nothing left. Unlike Trump, he's not a puppet. He wants economic freedom for all. Freedom from who exactly? The wealthy? Harris policies aim for equality, where not just the wealthy can thrive, but everyone eats. You know, listening to you two, I can't help but notice something. What? You're both so deep in defending your sides that you don't see the bigger picture. Some of you are so lost in idolizing a politician that you lost your own identity. Don't you two realize that this is what they want? Two sides passionately divided? What are you talking about? Think about it. Both parties. Two wings on the same bird serving the same system. They keep us arguing and they keep us divided, while the real issues that impact all of us, regardless who's in charge, keep getting ignored. So you're saying none of this matters? I'm saying look beyond the party lines. Real change happens when we look beyond the facade. Otherwise, we're going to keep playing into their hands, letting them keep control while we continue to argue which side is better.
You know what bothers me about the times that we're in right now is the fact that there is a lot of division. There's a lot of division. I feel like division is at its ultimate highest right now in our society. You have the race division, blacks against whites against whomever else. You have the division of male and female. You have the division of the black woman and the black man. You have the division of politics, Trump or Kamala. Like, everything is designated and designed to keep us divided and to keep us from uniting with one another. Everybody is basing their opinions off of emotionalism. People don't want to see through the facts and the logic behind things. And really, it's really us against the higher powers. It's us against the 13 families, royal families, right? It's us against everybody who run the world and anybody who runs the world, such as the Pope, the Vatican. Like, it's a lot going on, and I just feel like so much distractions thrown at us, and we're all like going against each other, and it's sad. And I wish we could all just really unite, and as one human race, one human species, to be able to bring forth a life that we all can benefit from and just be in harmony with one another.
Does the strategy of divide and conquer originate in the West? No, it is a concept and strategy that has been used by many leaders and military strategists throughout history and across cultures. Sun Tzu, a military strategist and philosopher, wrote about the importance of exploiting divisions amongst adversaries in order to gain the advantage in his renowned book, The Art of War, which dates back to roughly the 5th century BC. Other leaders who were also effective at the strategy were Alexander the Great, Genghis Khan, Machiavelli, and Julius Caesar, to name a few. Divide et impera. It's an old game, guys.
In Trinidad, we fighting a whole set of race thing, And you know what's the funny thing is saying, oh, Indian, African in Africa, and PNM, UNC, PNM, UNC, all kind of shit like that, right? I want to let us see something. American made a video, a TikTok trend thingy, right? The Beauty and the Beast. And I am an East Indian. And I want to show you how, right? The Beauty and the Beast filter recognize me to show all you that all Trinidadians is the same. Watch this. Watch it, huh? All you saw what you recognize me as? Because to all white people and Syrian, no matter who we are in Trinidad, all of us are black. Right? No matter thing, no matter hair, no matter skin color, according to them, we are black. That is our American filter. Right? That's to show all you, and all you, we want to fight on you worst useless things. You know why? They will keep pushing the agenda for us to fight our own race in Trinidad and Tobago, because they know if we unite together, this country gonna surpass the economical stance, the technological stance, and the educational stance of America. We have the capability of being first world. Not because of population, but because we brains. Because all over Trinidad and Tobago, all over the world. All over the world, some of the greatest people who's the most educated have a Trinidadian behind them. Some of the biggest millionaires and whatever, they had Trinidadians behind them. But if all you don't want to see that and understand what that means, go ahead and fight on each other. Go ahead and vote for PNM or UNC and think about, okay, race. And let me just destroy Trinidad and Tobago and see how useless we are.
So I'm still seeing there's so much divide between my Indigenous culture and the white people in Australia, whatever. Even though we've got so many cultures here in Australia. You've got to understand people, like, when you have a spiritual awakening and you heal your ancestral wounds, your eyes open up to something totally different. You see totally different. For me, it was, wow, we are one. Actually, how can I put it? Put it this way. Humanity. We are one race with many cultures. Let that sink through your heads. Humanity is one race, many cultures. And the so-called negatives want to keep that division. I keep saying we need to all get over the bullshit of the past and we need to move forward as one. It's that fucking simple. Get over your griefs and shit. People, if they want to react negatively and shit to all that kind of stuff, that's on them. That's their choice. Everyone's got a choice. But if you want to stay in that, that's totally on yourselves. If you want to move forward, then you ignore the fucking bullshit. It's not important. It's not relevant. Like, concentrate on helping humanity come together. Because what's going on now, I did say shit's going to be happening, and it's happening. More so in America than anywhere else, but they're all over the place. But humanity needs to start coming together because we need to start working as one. My last video, I actually even got questioned if I was actually Indigenous. I'm sorry, I was not baked in the oven long enough. I think my mum would have something to say about that. But my brothers, they're pretty brown. And why they're calling people black people? They're brown, okay? When they go out in the sun, they may go black. But it shouldn't matter anyway. Like, I've got Aboriginal blood and I've got Islander blood. And I love both my cultures. And this is my calling, just to help people wake up and come together as one. So, yeah. Time to wake up, people. Ignore the people that are still asleep in the sense of, this is my land, rah, rah, rah. Okay, you want to be fucking real honest here? No one owns these lands around the world. No one. We are all caretakers of the land. And look how that's working out. Well done, humans. We're really looking after the planet. We're whinging about fucking small shit, like, compared to how about we start looking after the planet a bit better. Actually, a lot better. The star beings up there be thinking, what the fuck is up with these fucking humans? They're definitely 3D, mate. They're all advanced. They've gotten over that bullshit. They've gone through all this shit before. They're trying to help humanity wake up. In saying that also, there's negative beings that have infiltrated humanity and tried to keep control of humanity and keep us divided as well. Because at the end of the day, if we all wake up and we raise our frequencies, we're going to be a force to be reckoned with on the galactic side of fucking things. So, there's a war going on. You need to raise your frequencies, people. It doesn't matter what culture you are. We all bleed the same colour blood, mate. So, yeah. Start stepping up, people. TikTok.
Y'all ever thought about this? So, I'm sure on this app, if not in actual life, y'all have heard this. Religion was created to divide people, right? And so I'm listening to this brother talk about this, and literally what he said was religion was created to divide, right? And that it was created, of course, by man to divide in the hopes that people would be more easily conquered. Meaning that, well, let's just, we're gonna put that over here, right? So imagine if religion did not exist at all. You would not give your energy to these things, your time, your money. And in doing that, humanity could literally be one. And if people all over the world were more so unified, because we are not letting something man-made like religion divide us, would those who are in power be able to conquer us the way that they do? Now, he didn't say this, I'm asking this. And that's one hell of a thought. That's one hell of a thought. We can even look and see on TikTok how divided it is, because some people believe in one thing, other people believe in another, and a lot of people literally cannot and will not put their beliefs to the side to work with somebody else, because the minute they don't believe what you believe, they are now the devil. And he also said, I thought this was pretty interesting, never thought about this before, if you take one O out of good, it's God. If you take the D out of devil, it's evil. So just sprinkling your spirit, just a little razzle dazzle.
What is the easiest way to control a population? It's rather simple, actually. You divide them up and you conquer them. You see, this is not a new phrase. Pretty much all of us have heard this. It's been around for thousands of years. If you divide a population, you can control them. And why? Because they're too busy bickering with one another to actually focus on the real enemy. It's one of the oldest tricks in the book in Warcraft. But why are we allowing it to happen in everyday society? You see, because of social media, the media, and agendas that are at play, we're allowing immutable characteristics of our own person to divide ourselves up. Be that black versus white. Be that female versus male. Be that gay versus straight. And it could even be characteristics that we have learned. It could be rich or poor. It could be left or right. It could be religious or non-religious. To the point where there are so many divisions in society that we are no longer a society. And this is sad. Because when people come together, the result is always spectacular. You see, we all know how easy it is to break just one stick over your leg. Everybody could do it from the age of 5. But we also know how difficult it is to break 10 sticks over your leg. And this is the perfect analogy. You see, throughout all of history, any great movement, any great cause, always starts with just one person saying enough is enough. And I know that I am not the only person that believes we have hit that point and that we need to have a conversation. You see, it's really easy to hate. Really easy. It's hard to sit down across the table from somebody that you might not agree with, look them dead in the face, find common ground, and then build bridges. It's always far easier to destroy than it is to build. But I'm fed up of us taking the easy route. Because if we keep going down this path, I don't know what the result is going to be, but it is not going to be nice for the majority of us. I'm not saying that the governments of the world want to divide us for nefarious purposes through the use of social media and the media. I'm never going to tell you what to think. But I'd just like you to have a think. Be suspicious. Be skeptical. Try and focus on the little things. Because if the little things go unnoticed, they become problems. You see, in this country, and it's not just happening in this country, but I know the UK, there used to be a great sense of community, society, kindness, fairness, equality, diversity. But it almost seems that our diversity is now going to be our downfall, because we have allowed ourselves to be separated into smaller and smaller, more minute groups, putting blocks in between ourselves and shouting awful things to the other groups. That's not the country I grew up in. It's not the world I grew up in. You see, every civilian across the face of the planet wants the exact same thing. They want peace and they want prosperity for themselves, their family, friends, and loved ones. And if we carry on dividing ourselves up as we are, we'll never have that success. So I think it's time we start the conversation. Start talking to people that we don't agree with. Finding that common ground and building the necessary bridges to bring back society, community, fairness. All of these things have vanished. And I really don't want to stand for it anymore. But thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you have a good think. But ladies and gentlemen, as you were.
Isn't divide and conquer one of the first rules of war? And even though we're not like at a physical war, we are at a spiritual war every single day. And they have implemented things like politics and religion to keep us divided so they can control us. Like if voting really did something, they would not let us do it. And like I'm so tired of seeing people like lose friendships, relationships over their political views when at the end of the day, it's us versus them. People think I sound so ignorant when I say like I only worry like about God, like that's the one who has control over my life. I don't care about like politics and what side you're on and like all this stuff. I don't care because God is the only person I fear, and I know for a fact perception is power, and how you look at the world and how you see things has a huge influence on how your life is and how it will go. If you're constantly thinking bad things are going to happen, they're going to happen. All I've been seeing on my timeline is fear. Fear, everybody's scared, everybody's crying, and all that's going to do is just bring bad things into your life because you're literally manifesting them. F this worldly world, F what's going on. It is a spiritual, life is spiritual. Life is spiritual, point blank.
I can't believe that we pay to live on this planet. Do you see all the other animals? They're not paying. They're just living. It's possible. Also, I was not asked if I wanted to be born. Technically, all birth is unconsensual, and now you're making me pay? You dragged me here, and now you're making me pay. I mean, who knows? Maybe we're all in the pregame lobby of life, like, yeah, you know, let's be a human, let's go do it. Maybe, but goddamn, I didn't ask for this. I'm also super envious of early humans that, like, you know, saw the planet for how it was, just completely natural, and not civilizations everywhere you go. Like, we just conquered everything, and now there's nothing left to conquer, so we're just conquering the minds of other people now. There's just nothing left. And man, the adventure that probably was to go somewhere that you had no clue what was there, but let's do it. Man, that gets me fired up.
Look at this picture. We have been pawns in this game of divide and conquer for years. We have been fighting each other instead of fighting the people who are really responsible for all of this. We have so much more in common than what separates us, and they try to divide us, and we are finally uniting. Do not let them divide us.
Now, to balance the scale, I'd like to talk about some things that bring us together. Things that point out our similarities instead of our differences. Because that's all you ever hear about in this country is our differences. That's all the media and the politicians are ever talking about, the things that separate us, things that make us different from one another. That's the way the ruling class operates in any society. They try to divide the rest of the people. They keep the lower and the middle classes fighting with each other so that they, the rich, can run off with all the fucking money. Fairly simple thing, happens to work. You know, anything different, that's what they're going to talk about. Race, religion, ethnic and national background, jobs, income, education, social status, sexuality, anything they can do, keep us fighting with each other so that they can keep going to the bank. You know how I describe the economic and social classes in this country? The upper class keeps all of the money, pays none of the taxes. The middle class pays all of the taxes, does all of the work. The poor are there just to scare the shit out of the middle class.
Divide and conquer is one of the oldest yet most effective tricks in the book, right? So let's start small. First of all, we have separate rooms in a household. Yet usually a household houses a family which is supposed to stay together. Yet even on a micro scale, we're separated by walls from each other, separate rooms, right? Then we have separate houses. Even though all of us live in the same area, we have separate living conditions. Then we have separate blocks. Even though all of us live in houses in the same area, we got separate blocks. Then we have separate neighborhoods. Even though all of us live in the same city, we got separate neighborhoods and areas. Then we have separate cities. We all still live within the same area, maybe miles apart, but it's still the same landmass, but just separate cities. Let's keep going. Then we have separate counties. Even though all of these cities are part of the same landmass, we got separate counties. Then we got separate states. Even though all of these cities are still in the same general area, we have separate states, and so on and so forth, separate countries. We just keep going and going and going. Now think about this. We have 3 countries that are part of the exact same landmass, yet we say that they're separate. Canada, America, and Mexico. The only thing that separates these 3 countries is borders. Now there are imaginary borders that we created. Rather it be a physical border that we actually used concrete and steel and whatever to build, or it's just a mental border that we've represented with a map showing bordering states, bordering counties. Like, they're not actual borders, they're just imaginary that we came up with and that we hold to in our own mind. Yet all of these things are the exact same landmass, but we separate them. But even North America and South America, there's a sliver of land that connects North and South America, yet we separate the Americas. Like, we as humans, why do we do this dumb shit? We just like to separate. Now I understand why we probably like separated ourselves from the animal kingdom. We don't want to be getting chased by damn lions and leopards and shit all day no more. I understand that. But why the fuck do we separate each other from each other? Like, I don't understand this shit. Like, for instance, check this out. I'm black. But let me tell a Jamaican or a Dominican or something that they black. It's gonna be a problem. But we both the same skin pigment and we both have the same ancestral DNA. But they're not gonna qualify themselves as black. Like, you know what I'm getting at? Why don't all white people just say that they're white or that they're Caucasian? Nah, I'm German. Nah, I'm Russian. It's like, bruh, you're white. Like, why do we do this dumb shit? I don't understand. It's like human beings like to just separate shit that don't need to be separated.
Do you know why it's called divide and conquer? This has literally been the main way that anybody has gained power over anybody for eons. If you divide people, then you can sneak things past them. Because when you divide people, you put them on one side of a problem. So either on this side or that side. But the thing is, when you're arguing about the same thing, so, you know, I see the back of my hand, I see the front of my hand, I see the back of my hand, I see the front of my hand. In either case, what we're doing is reinforcing the reality of the hand. While this is happening, while we're divided over the issue, whoever's causing us to focus there is doing whatever they want outside of our awareness. Divide and conquer. It's designed to get you and me to take a stance on a certain issue, all the while distracting our attention away from something else. The solution? Unity. Withdraw your attention. Divide and conquer. Together, we can have different opinions and still be united. That's how we really move forward in humanity. Follow me for insights like this one.
I realized that one of the main problems with us, or this generation I should say, is that everybody wanna do shit on their own, bro. You feel me? Like, that's what the higher ups, you could say, that's what they want us to do, bro. They want us to be alone, bro. That's what they did. It's called divide and conquer, bro. You feel me? They did that shit on purpose. They want us to be, you feel me, separated. But once we come together and build together, bro, we gonna be unstoppable, bro. And that's all you gotta do is surround yourself with like-minded people that got the same goals or the same vision as you, bro, and build with them, bro. You don't gotta do this shit all by yourself, bro. You feel me? You need to be teaming up together, but we all in this shit together, bro. Whatever you trying to do, you trying to build a business, you trying to, whatever you trying to do, bro, literally anything, bro. Surround yourself with like-minded people, bro, and you gonna build, bro, they gonna strengthen you and you gonna strengthen them, bro. You feel me? Teamwork make the dream work. I know y'all heard that. Teamwork made the dream work, man. Yeah, it's about that time we start leveling up for real, bro. Real shit. That's one of the main problems is that. One of the main problems is that everybody wanna do this shit by themselves. You don't gotta do it by yourself, bro. Trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. You may feel stronger by yourself, but in reality, if you surround yourself with like-minded people that are trustworthy, that's on the same type of time you bro, y'all gonna be unstoppable, bro. For real, y'all gonna be unstoppable, fam. That does not mean tell your dreams and what you trying to accomplish to everybody, bro. I said like-minded people, bro. Like-minded people, bro. People that's on the same or close to the same frequency as you, bro. Because if you tell somebody that's on a low frequency or what you trying to accomplish, bro, they more than likely, if it's like some big dreams or a big vision you got, they not even gonna be able to envision it, bro. You feel me, bro? And then they gonna try to pull you lower. Oh no, you can't ever do that, bro. That's what they gonna try to put in your brain, bro. You gotta try to stay away from that negativity shit, bro. That's why I said like-minded people, bro. You feel me?